the reason I appreciate my friend thanking me for coming out to him so much is, as I was saying before, it is actually a huge step to come out to people and takes a fair amount of courage. And yet, at least, I don't know, it seems like in the queer community, or maybe not, maybe this isn't the consensus opinion, maybe this is the opinion I understand that isn't stated, that's a product of our shame as a group. You know, that we're not always as proud as we say we are. That when we come out to people and people take it relatively well, it's like, you know, something to thank them for, which it is. And people's support is never something that should be taken for granted, because we're screwed when we don't have it. But I really appreciated having him acknowledge with his thank you that I was taking a risk, that both of us were doing something noteworthy. The fact that I was telling him was important, and also the fact that he was listening and understanding me was important. I also told another one of my friends who's closer to my age, and I'm not even really sure why I didn't tell her before, but I think it was one of these awkward situations where, even though we're friends, we've both been away at school so much that we haven't gotten as close as I would have liked or I would have thought, and we were introduced by our parents. So, her response was really just kind of, I don't know, even-handed. Like, she wasn't necessarily sure she understood it completely, but she was cool with it. And the one question that kind of made me wince and laugh and smile all at the same time was what my sexuality was and how that related, because that's the question that comes up a lot. And, you know, I just told her straight up, I've been attracted to guys and girls for as long as I can remember, really. I go back and forth, and my gender happened, well, I realized and started acting on it more recently. But the really beautiful thing about both her reaction and my older friend's reaction is that both of them were willing to just accept me as a guy, as if I'd always been a guy. And, you know, it wasn't like, when did you decide this? It was more like, oh, when did you realize this? When did you know for certain that this is who you are? And I'm just, you know, I guess Christmas miracles and all that, I want to thank the world that there are these kinds of people out there. Because I know a lot of them at school, but to find them at home, in my own community, in my hometown, among the people I've known forever and been afraid to tell, just thank whatever higher power, or yeah, I'm inventing this creature as I speak, the guardian angel of trannies. FYI, I hate that word and it's somewhat offensive, and yet I kind of love it. Tranny, yeah. It's kind of like using dyke or fag for oneself. It has a certain air of being incredibly naughty, but when other people use it, you're not sure it's a good thing. Yeah. So, mixed blessings, I suppose, and I'll have to work on talking to my mom. But, I don't know. Sometimes I get so caught up in my frustration and my anger that I fail to see how kind people really are. And I think part of my frustration is that no matter how well-intentioned people are, they often make the kind of blunders that, I don't know, just start to hurt after a little while. But for the most part, it seems like people really do mean the best, and they really are doing their best, and I appreciate that. And I want to say I appreciate that because it's so true what they say about the GLBT community, that if people knew how many of us they know, they would be so much kinder. This, unfortunately, is not true of one of the only homophobes I know who now knows about me through no fault of my own, except that I'm obvious as hell. So, but for the most part, people are good. So, Merry Christmas to all of you belatedly, or Hanukkah, or Yule, the original holiday, and happy Capitalist Tree Day, since I don't actually celebrate the birth of Christ. I celebrate my parents getting me presents. And, no, just blessings and love, and I really hope your Christmas has been as good as mine magically turned out to be. So, peace.